I'm Chris. This was Belta Blues Sunday session 3, and we were talking about hips, but also about having this gentle, relaxed connection to our partners to let us do some juking so they can feel our body movement without us trying to move them with our hands. So everything about the lead and about the moves was the same, just making our bodies move in like good-looking, nice-feeling ways. We started off with shutting a car door, so I'm standing on the leg furthest away from the car and shutting the car door, holding my shopping. We did shutting 2 cars that I've stacked on top of each other for reasons best left unexplored. It might be because I'm bad at analogies. Then we did 2 cars, one in front of the other, or one of those cars with doors that open like this. And then this, we started putting a weight transfer in, so I'd go weight here, forwards, to weight backwards, sorry, to weight here as I go backwards. And when we'd done that on both sides, if we strung them together, we started getting a 4 corners. I also talked about how if you draw a fish on the ground, like swimming towards you, you go from one end of the tail all the way around the fish's body to the other end of the tail. That's a useful shape that you can imagine when you're working on this shape in your dancing. We did slides, which just involves like a little bit of prep and then a push and sending my hip across laterally. I talked to a couple of people about not sending it up because you get a really sort of poppy movement that comes out of the ground. Talking of which, we're going to be buying nail guns and making sure that, I shouldn't say that on video, making sure that everybody keeps their heels into the ground. So we have a grounded blues aesthetic rather than one that comes up out of the ground for any of these moves. Then we talked about the grind, so we talked about going for a walk with an exaggerated walk, and then doing that but getting nowhere. And this twist between my hips and my rib cage, working into the ground to get this grind to happen. There are several moves called the grind. That's the first one I was shown, so it's the one I always think of as the grind. And then we did fishtails, and often I think people talk about fishtails as a twist and then a scoop. But I think it's helpful if we think about it as a twist, a drop, and a scoop, because the biggest problem people have with their fishtails that I've experienced is they'll cut this scoop short, so they'll twist, they'll already be split weight, and they'll get a tiny little scoop at the end, rather than twist, nice big scoop, transferring the weight. We did that in partnership, holding hands, but not using our arms to influence our partners, so that we were reliant on the quality of our body movement to communicate what we wanted to our partners. And then we did a challenge where we danced for a whole song without being allowed to do turns, close embrace, breakaway. So we were just either holding hands or enclosed and making our body movement have these things happen in our partner's body as well. And I think that's everything we did. Thank you very much.